Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included Let's Play Episode 3. When we last left off, we had a bedroom, rudimentary bedroom setup, rudimentary latrine, little research area we were building, and then this great grand hall. A great hall gives a morale bonus of +6 that we ultimately are setting up here. It's going to be a double-decker, and I think it's going to look pretty nice. Gonna let this thing run on fast speed, let my duplicants work all that stuff out. In fact, we're gonna have them work a little bit harder than normal. How about we have Frankie work an extra shift, and we're gonna have Nisbet work an extra shift as well. And as these guys progress, yeah, Stinky, how about you working a couple extra hours today? And Bert, guess what, buddy? A little bit of overtime for you as well. I'm pretty cruel to my dupes, if I want to be honest. This is not the nicest way to treat people. Just saying that you're gonna work. You're gonna work a little bit longer today. This is the new agreement. Pray that I don't alter it further. Let's sweep up this while we're at it. There's nothing else here to get, right? Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna sweep up this. We're gonna close this off, and this is gonna be like a pantry area that they can walk into, and we'll have fridges down here for them to grab their food when they go to eat. Like having the food nearby makes things a lot easier sometimes. We have little farms here to support our 4 dupes at the moment. We'll need to expand this out and have more farms, but for now, it's a pretty good idea. This doesn't need to be built for a little bit here. Research-wise, yeah, we're still on sanitation. We're working our way towards decontamination. Getting some skill increases. People getting better at their jobs. These doors can be open. We don't need them closed. Nothing I'm really controlling in here right now. Let's enable auto-harvest on this. Get ourselves just a little bit more food. Yes, perfect. And let's copy settings. Get these guys going. Slows down a little bit. Just so things are proceeding at a normal pace. Open these doors. Yeah, so this is going to be the strategy here. And we're going to put mess tables all up here. So let's start with that. Let's go to food. And let's set up our, oh no, we do not have it yet. It's actually furniture, isn't it? I'm wrong. Here we go. I think everything is closed off. This will need to be, we'll need this before this becomes a room. But, yeah. We're gonna set up some mess tables here. Perfect. I like this. Let's open all these doors, because I'm not looking to restrict any access for right now. And yeah, we have ourselves a room. It doesn't have a purpose yet, but we see that this room is 80 tiles. Great halls can be up to 120 tiles, so I think we'll be good. I don't think we'll need a lot more space for now here. We do want a water cooler in here. We will turn it off as soon as it gets built, that way it isn't using water. But we do need a recreational building. Is that what's called? Recreational building. And this counts. Where are we on research? We're getting close here. So let's change this to a higher priority. Make sure this isn't a problem. And what else am I looking for here? I need to build fridges, right? Yeah, for our pantry. Eventually we'll want them over ration boxes. Ration boxes, just for what we're trying to do here, aren't going to store as much. The 2x1, or this 2 horizontal, 1 vertical, is just a little bit less efficient for most applications. So we're going to switch that around. Does this not accept this blossom seed? What is going on here? Sweep up this blossom seed, please. So this is now, oh, it's a little bit too big to be a mess hall at the moment. But that won't be too much of a problem. We're just going to up the decor. Particularly if we get anybody who's at all good at art, then yeah, no one here is good at art at the moment. That's fine. But once we get that researched, we'll start working on art pieces. That way this can become a great hall. Okay, perfect. This is done. We'll close this off, and this will be the pantry area. CO2 should fall down here as these people eat their meals and accumulate here. And as a result, we'll be able to do a lot more, keeping our food live longer. It'll slowly go stale in here. Yeah, the meal ice is 93% fresh at this point. So we need to worry a little bit about that over time, but let's disable this building because I don't want any water being diverted up here. And in fact, speaking of water, maybe it's time to start thinking about our oxygen needs. This is actually a very large supply of water here. Let me pause a bit and think about how I want to plan this out. I think having an oxygen area up here seems appealing. I could also have one, say, down here. I don't really want my algae terrariums, which is the oxygen technology I'm going to use for this playthrough. I kind of want to test them out. I don't want to use them and to consume any carbon dioxide, so maybe having them up here is good because there's not going to be much carbon dioxide up here. Yeah, I think I like that idea. So let's create a sort of area here for our algae terrariums. We'll dig out, yeah, this much seems fine. And ultimately we're going to divert some of this water down here to fill up the algae terrariums. The algae terrariums will generate polluted water, and then we'll be able to use that polluted water to generate oxygen as well. For now, we just want to get the algae terrariums up and running. We're doing pretty good on oxygen, right? Yeah, this base is packed with oxygen. A little bit weak down here, which we can fix by just deleting these two things. Let's go ahead and do that. And I guess we'll get rid of this as well. And yeah, we'll make a little lip here. We'll get water all up in here, and then we'll put the algae terrariums in here. I think that'll be pretty nice. Do I want to do this in a slightly different order? I think I do. So, no, I think we're fine. Let's get the ladder up to here. And I can't quite dig out this area, can I? Because the sand will fall. But we can use that as part of our process eventually. Yeah, and we'll want to build basically ladders across here. That way, or sort of a scaffoldings type situation. That way our duplicants can mess around with these algae terrariums without getting in the water that's going to be here and developing hypothermia or something like that. So let's set up some of this while we're at it. Oh no, my OCD. What am I going to do? Well, let's make it... Yeah, this is really dumb, but I want my scaffolding to be symmetrical. It's very important that my scaffolding be symmetrical. I can't stress enough to you how important it is that my scaffolding be symmetrical. There's really no reason, but let's do this anyways. All right, they're just running along. They're going to build all this out. We are going to build basically tile right here, and we're going to let this area get a lot of water in it from up here. We're basically just going to dig like a sort of a pathway here, and then we're going to let this top layer of water fall down into this area. And that will be how we supply water to our algae terrariums. And then when the algae terrariums need more water, they run out of water, we'll just dig out another thing here and rinse and repeat. New duplicants available. None of these have diver's lungs. And again, as part of the stipulation of this run, we're only accepting people with diver's lungs. We started with 3 diver's lungs people. and we're going to accept any and all Diver's Lungs folks who show up. So even though some of these look pretty nice, 5 learning means they're going to get a lot of skills really quickly. Farming might be nice for our new farming operation. Farming plus athletics sounds pretty good. We're just going to turn all these guys back into genetic goo. Sorry, only the superior Diver's Lungs people are allowed in this base. I know that's rough, but sometimes life is rough. This is a life and death situation we have here. We can't just accept anybody. I mean, we'll accept anybody so long as they have Diver's Lungs, but that's not everybody. You know, there's a crucial difference. So in terms of research, we're working on decontamination. The next thing we're going to work on is blank canvas. That is actually further along than I thought here. Does canvas require some sort of textiles at this point? We will need a decor item to make our Great Hall. So eventually that's going to happen. But that's a little bit ways away. So they're building the scaffolding that they're going to be able to walk on to supply the algae terrariums. We're going to sweep up most of the stuff that they end up digging out here. But the important thing is we want to dig up here and be able to trigger some water falling into this area here. Because manually carrying up a bunch of water to our algae terrariums up here is going to be a little bit tedious. That's going to take a lot of duplicant work over time. And I think I just have better things for them to do with their time, like risking themselves in this germ-infected area to... what is the germ situation down here? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Risking themselves in this germ-infected area to get a little bit more oxygen. Let's enable auto-harvest on this. This is a really... I should just go through and enable auto-harvest on all this stuff, but... let's just do it, I guess, as it shows up. I'm a little bit lazy. Procrastinating. So this research, getting done, slowly but surely. We have enough mess tables for everybody, though not everyone is eaten yet. We have, some shine bugs in here, which is really nice. That'll improve the decor. We really just want to sweep up this area right here, I think. Get it all into the storage bin. And then we will start working on turning this into our oxygen production area. I think this is going to turn out pretty nice. Eventually we won't even need the algae terrariums, right? Because we'll just have the polluted oxygen. But for now... while we're at it, actually... Whoops. No, do not build that. My mistake. We want to build little platforms for our deoxidizers, ultimately. That's going to be a thing that we want to do. No rush, though. We haven't even built the algae terrariums yet, so don't have to go that quickly on that point. Everybody's running around their tasks. Let's, while we're at this, set up just a little area right here where we're going to put some storage bins so they can just shuffle this stuff right here. I just want to sweep it out because I won't have access to this area in a good way once we set up the algae terrariums. It's easier to do it now. So I think we're going to just do it now. Set this to a priority 6. This room is a little bit too large right now to work as a mess hall, and does not have the decor item to be a great hall. Do I have decor options, actually, at the moment? I don't have any decor options, that's right, because I haven't even done that research yet. We're chugging along a decontamination, though. That'll be the next step for getting this oxygen process up and running. I usually like having my oxygen production sort of on the same level as my bedrooms. going to be looking to be around here, right? Because having it above means that you might have oxygen up here, but not in the places it matters. Whereas you're more likely to kind of get that layer that you want by having the oxygen on the same level. But I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. Certainly oxygen is not that big of a problem at the moment. We want to get it up and running, but we're not in a great rush. And set this to sweep only and all. What is the priority of this? This is a 5. Oh. Sorry. Let's not put any critter eggs in there. Everything else is fine. No critter eggs. Alright, so we want them to sweep everything up into the storage bin. How are we doing on jobs? They're getting there. They're slowly working their way along. Have a little bit of stress on Nisbet because she's having some morale issues. We don't really have much morale set up at this point. No, the decor is terrible. I mean, minus these shine nymphs and shine bugs helping out. It's all pretty poor at the moment, especially in the farming area. Negative 120. That's not so hot. Negative 137. Yeah. I gotcha. Place is ugly at the moment, but it's gonna get more beautiful, and it's gonna be symmetric. That's, again, absolutely vital. It's not that I have OCD. The dupes, they probably respond negatively to not having a perfectly symmetrical base. So, you know, it's actually a tactical decision that I'm making here to make this symmetrical, even though we did start off much closer to this side. Like, it's not that much closer. Ooh, this is kind of getting hot. We'll need to worry about that after a while. Yeah, we want to get our insulation up and going at some point here. This is hot air that's coming in. I don't like hot air. So our mealwood crop is growing. That's good. Slowly getting this all done. Cleaning up this area. I like it. I like it. Now we want to come up here and get into this water. So what is the way I want to accomplish that? I think we just ultimately want to send up a ladder like right here. I think that might be the best way. So let's start working on that as well. Just like so. And we will dig out... Oops. We're basically going to dig out this area and let this water right here fall down and soak up our... fall and give water to our algae terrariums. That will be the process we use here. And then when we need more water, we'll just drop more down. Works like a charm. Let's eventually get these sandstone tiles up. Let's do this. Let the sweeping get done first. They're harvesting right now, so they're a little bit busy. The oxygen is getting a little bit low down here. This is where we have a lot of... We do have some CO2 building up here, which is where we want it to build up, ultimately. We have a lot of it down right here. We could do a little bit to fix that. There's more oxygen right here that we can tap into. We could just sort of expand this. The oxygen here is really strong, so we see a lot of it flowing over here. I think mainly we just want to kind of tap into this. We can do this. This will give us another 3,000 grams, which will spread out over here. That'd be fine. Give more places for the CO2 to go. And we're going to sweep up this as well as we go up here. No oxygen diffuser built. We are basically slowly running out of our oxygen, but we're going to get there. In fact, while we're at it, let's start building... Ooh, research done. So, decontamination done. We want to get to this insulated tile. We also want to start getting ceramic. I like building the insulated tile out of ceramic. Smart batteries and coal generators also very important, but I think the thing we're going to work towards right now is just textile production. Getting these blank canvases seems important. Basically getting some decor items is going to be crucial here. Just so we have the Great Hall up and our guys can start getting jobs that'll stress them out a little bit more. Nisbet slowly ticking up here. We're going to continue sweeping up all of this stuff. Getting it out of here. One thing to note is that when you have these storage bins that are just sweep only, sweep all, you do need to worry a little bit about changing the priority on one. Because if you change the priority on one, then you can have problems with people transferring stuff out of one storage bin to another. A little bit rough, but it is kind of the desired behavior in a lot of instances, so sort of just the way things have to go. But we're going to keep them both at 5 right now. We're not super important that we get this done right now. I think that's going to be it for the episode. First harvest in. That'll help sustain our food production, or our food situation a little bit better. We're going to set up this as an oxygen area. We've got all this built out for our Great Hall. Which will become a Great Hall as soon as we're done with the decoration of the place. We are slowly getting some CO2 in what is going to be our high CO2 pantry area to keep the food fresh. And yeah, everything looking good. We're just about to tap into this and build up all of our oxygen production. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next episode.